Hi fellow makeup fiends, today is the first in a series of videos that I plan on doing on my channel. It's called the Let's Talk series. Please excuse the no makeup kind of look at the moment. I'm going to film another couple of videos, possibly an eye tutorial if it comes out well, and I'm going to do a lip tutorial as well, so I've not got much makeup on at the moment. But I really wanted to do this video. I was inspired by receiving this item in my September Glossy box, which is the HD Brows. Please excuse the chip nails. Another tutorial that's coming up today. So I got this HD brow kit, and it got me to thinking about the different techniques and the different products that I own that I have used on my brows. I didn't used to do an over lot with my brows. They're kind of quite nice here, but then they've always been a bit sparse on the outer edges, so I've always used a pencil, well, for a long time, years, pencil just to fill in that kind of sparse area, because I always felt it didn't, I think your eyebrows frame your face or your eyes. They are noticeable, and because they kind of were sparse at the edges, I kind of felt like it just didn't do me any justice with my eyes, so that's why I started to fill those in. But in the past about 5 to 6 weeks, I've plucked up the courage, plucked being the operative word, and I've started to tweeze them, because this brow was always a lot thicker at this end. And if you go back in my channel and watch some previous videos, you will notice my eyebrows weren't even, whereas I've started to pluck them and made them more neat and even now, and I actually like it. It's not something I ever really thought over much about doing, but because I've been getting more into makeup and more into what's out there, and I'm doing a lot more with my eye makeup, I just thought, well, why not give it a go and just see what I can do. And I was very overcautious about doing it, because I know that I've heard horror stories about people who've tweezed and then thought, oh, I'll just take a few more out here, a few more out there, and then really made a mess of things. And although you can disguise it with the different products that are out there, I really didn't want to do that. I really was very careful about the tweezing process. So what I use to tweeze is this. These are little tweezers that I got my local chemist. They cost me £1. I don't think that, I know there are expensive tweezers out there and a lot of people love them, and no disrespect to that, but for me £1 was enough for me because these do the job. What I use to do it is a little mirror. This mirror I actually got from Asda. It's a 10 times magnification mirror. I use it to put on eye makeup, and it's really useful for tweezing because you can really see. If you hold it up close to your eye, then you can really get in there, but always do it in a well lit place. And like I say, don't get too tweeze happy. But yeah, I don't think it is a little painful in places, but not too bad, nothing that, you know, can't cope with. So I just kind of maintain it. See little ones coming through, I just pluck them out, and it's quite easy to keep them in condition now I've done that, because it's just about, you know, keeping an eye keeping an eye on what regrowth you've got and plucking that out. But yeah, it's not too painful a process, so if you're thinking about it, I would say get yourself a really good magnification mirror. Tweezers, it's up to you how much you spend on them. These for £1 are ideal, and I think they do the job, so I'm happy with that. So the first type of product I used was pencils. This one is by Rimmel. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this one. This is the one for blondes, actually. You might not even be able to see that. It's actually quite a pale colour. My hair colour naturally is a mid-brown, but I do have quite light brown eyebrows. They're not very dark. So this was always perfect just to shade in this area here, and then it made it look very even throughout. And this is an excellent pencil. This is my third or fourth one. I love them. I use them right down to the tiniest little nub because they are an amazing pencil, and they're really good value. They're only a couple of pounds. Rimmel's a really good brand. As you know, I'm going to do another series anyway. It's like kind of talking about what things I like from different cosmetic groups. So what kind of eyeshadows I prefer and who does them, because I think that as much as we can all like certain brands and have favourites of certain brands, there are some things from certain other brands that we're like, yeah, I couldn't live without that particular item. I really like it, it really does the job. So although I don't have a lot of Rimmel, I definitely would recommend this eyebrow pencil. I think it's very good. It's a little bit hard at the moment, but this is actually a brand new one I've actually put out. So, but once it softens up, it's actually quite nice. Another pencil that I've got is from No. 7. This is actually a very similar colour. It looks up a bit lighter, but it's because it needs sharpening, to be honest. Not able to get a very good line out of that. This is a nice pencil. This is not too hard. It's got a little kind of grooming brush on the end, but then again, so has the Rimmel. The only reason I have got this one is I thought I would give it a go. I had a £5 voucher for No. 7 and it was expiring and there wasn't anything I particularly fancied from the range, and I thought, well, I'll give that a go. So I picked this up and it's okay. It's a nice pencil, but to be honest, the price difference in these, that was cheaper than this just because of the £5 voucher, but without the £5 voucher it's a lot more than this one and it's just not worth it to me. I think that the Rimmel is a cheaper pencil and is a lot better. So if I was to need to repurchase a pencil for my eyebrows, I'd go for the Rimmel every time because the No. 7's really not super impressive. Obviously you do get more product. I'll just kind of show you that side by side, but it's minimal. I have sharpened it a little bit, but the size of the product, it's not a great difference. And you would think for the quite a large price increase between the two that there would be something dramatically different, and there just isn't. So that's my pencils. And now we're going to talk about powders. So I already have a couple of these. I've got this one from Urban Decay. This is Beige Betty. Now this is lovely package and it's a nice little box. It's got like the metal foil on the top. And it opens up and inside you've got a mirror. And then you've got two colours. These colours are really lovely. I use the darker one when I want something a little bit more dramatic, but it's not super dramatic because it's not a mega dark colour. And the other one is the perfect shade for me, which is the lighter colour. And it comes with a little brush, and it did come with tweezers, but I've actually put the tweezers in my purse, and then if I'm out and about and I do notice a stray hair or I want to tidy them up, if I'm going out on the night time straight from work for a meal or a drink, then I can do that. And the perfect handbag size, and they just get on my nerves because every time I get that out they fall out because I'm tipping the brush out, and I'm an uncomplicated girl. So it comes with this little brush, tiny cutie little brush. Now I actually really love these brushes. I know a lot of people don't like them. It's just really just your flat angled brush, very nice, and oh, look at the product. It's just quite nice and straight, which is perfect. You just rub it in the product, and I actually mix these two colours together sometimes. And then it's got a mirror in here, but it's not a magnification mirror. So I get my magnification mirror, and then the way to apply it is I just get it with a straight line, and then I just go across the brow. And the important thing is, it's very difficult to get the absolute perfect match to your brows, and because you're actually filling in, it's if you have a little bit of sparseness in some area, but it's not as bad as others. If you fill in the area where it is really sparse, the area where a little bit of skin is showing through the rest of your brow might look a little bit odd, because this kind of draws a line really effectively on your face. So for me, the best thing that works is to put the product on the brush and to do the whole of the brow. So I just kind of go across in a line, and then the brow then is an even colour all the way across. And yeah, I think it's really nice, but these brushes are really good. Alternatively, I've got this little Gosh brush. Again, the same sort of flat angled head, very slim line, slim brush. But what I find with these is when I'm working quite close with a magnification mirror, these can sometimes get in the way, they're too long, and you know, it's just a little bit fiddly. So what I find best is the little brush that comes with the thing, because it's small, you can get right in there. I mean, I'm right up to the mirror and I can see perfectly what I'm doing, being really close. So I think that these brushes are excellent, and for this reason I love them. It's different for other products that you get like little application tools for, they're maybe not as good, but for brow kits I really do love the little brushes. Now the good thing about this one also is if you just pop your finger in there and press it in, out pops a little drawer, and in there is the gel that you set your brows with. So a little bit of that. And the good thing about this is coloured. So it's got a little bit of colour to it too. It's just kind of a very pale beige taupe colour. And you just put that across the brows to tidy them up, but we'll get to that in a moment. So this is a very nice kit. I'm not sure how much it retails for. I've literally had this for years. I use it a lot, but there's not a huge dent in the product. I think that a little of this product does go a long way, so it's very impressive. And it's quite small and compact, and it's very pretty. Now the next one I want to talk about is the brow kit from Gosh. Comes in this packaging. Again, this one has a mirror, and it comes with a brush. Again, I use this brush. It's perfectly fine, nice little brush. This comes with 3 colours and a setting gel. So you've got your gel in the top corner, then you've got 2 mid-toned browns and a very dark one. So you could do a very dramatic brow here, but this is kind of suitable for a lot of skin and hair colour types. And yeah, it's a nice kit. As you can see, this one is the one that I use. It's perfect for me. Sometimes I do mix it in with a lighter one, but mostly use this one, and then use a little bit of the gel to set it. I think that you could probably use these as eyeshadows as well. They're actually very pigmented. So that's maybe what I would do with the other colours, because it's a bit of a waste really. Although it's only the dark one that I don't really use. I'd probably use that as like an eyeliner. But this one's very nice. As you can see, this is the one that I reach for the most. I don't know, I may have mentioned it in previous videos because I really like this. It's a really good colour match for me, and it's a nice product. It's nice packaging too. I mean, I like the Gosh packaging. You can remove this sticker from the front, but I've just left it on. I really don't know why. But yeah, that is the Gosh one. And then this is a new one. I haven't used this yet. This is the HD Brows. You've seen these on September Glossy Box videos. This is the one thing that everybody got. There's a mirror again on the inside the packaging, and it comes with your 4 colours. This one is in Bombshell, and this one is for blondes. So you get your nude and your carbon, which could be obviously for blondes and darker ladies, Afro-Caribbean, or just if you want to do a really dramatic brow, but it is extremely dark and it is very pigmented. But the good thing about these is these are also marketed as eyeshadow palettes. So it's an eyeshadow and eyebrow palette, which is quite good really, because if you do like your neutral shades, you could technically take this and use this as a highlight with your nude colour. The carbon would make a great eyeliner, and then you've got 2 lovely eyeshadows there. So it's actually a really good kit if you're going out somewhere, or if you're going on holiday and you don't want to carry too much. This would do eyebrows, eyeshadow, eyeliner and eyeliner in one. So this is really impressive. This retails for £19.95. You can get it off the site, but there's literally, I actually couldn't find where you actually did the purchasing on the site, so I contacted the site myself, the HD Brows, and they said they give me a telephone number. You actually order over the phone, but it's £7 postage and package, post and package. So it's quite expensive really. Postage seems a bit ridiculous. I would say how I would go with this, but to be honest, this would last me a really long time. But I'm not using this one at the moment. I have actually put this one in my stock drawer because I already have brow kits on the go, so I really don't need to be using this one. And you know, once you start using something, it's only got a certain shelf limit. I mean, to be honest, I've had this one years and it's absolutely great, so it's probably going to last years, but I don't need it out at the moment in my drawer. This comes with a lovely brush. It's got a rounded edge brush that you could use for eyeshadow application, and then it's got the flat angled brush, which is perfect for brow filling and for eyeliner. So it's even got a little brush in there that would do all of the things you would need for your eyes, and it's a nice packaging as well, so very pretty. So that's that. The other thing that you could do if you don't have an eyebrow kit and you haven't invested, and you don't want to make that investment because you don't know if that's for you, or how if you're going to be able to do it, or what you're going to think of the effects, you could use eyeshadows. I have actually used colours from the Naked palette to do my eyebrows before. As you've all seen this on YouTube. It's got some lovely browns in there, some lovely neutral colours. It's got a mirror in the lid there. Again, I would take well, if you haven't got an eyebrow kit already, you won't have a little mini brush, so I would just use an ordinary angled flat brush, and then you can use one of these colours. There's a great variety of browns and finishes in there that you could use. Obviously you want to go for a matte one, you don't want any shimmer or glitter in your brows, unless you're going for a party and you know that would be your thing. But there are some really pretty colours. I actually used, I think I either used this one, I think I did use that one, and I've also used this one. So yeah, these actually make really nice, effectively really eyebrow colours are just eyeshadows really. They're just very pigmented eyeshadows, because obviously you do need to get a bit more coverage. It'd be no good if you had a sheer eyebrow colour, because you would have to take a long time to fill them in. But yeah, brown eyeshadows, doesn't have to be the Naked palette of course, it's just this is the only brown eyeshadow palette I own. Before the Naked palette I didn't used to wear browns at all, so, and I really love this, so I'm really glad I got this now, because I use it a lot and actually enjoy wearing browns now. But Beauty UK do a one, MUA do them, Rimmel has a nice palette with browns in, so there's lots of brown colours out there for you to try, and they're quite cheap also, so you could just maybe pick yourself up a single brown eyeshadow that is a good match for your brow colour and give that a go, and it wouldn't cost you too much. And generally this is something that if you enjoy putting makeup on you might have. This one was quite expensive because it's Gosh, but you can get them quite cheap as well, and they always tend to come in like the little mini brush sets. Sometimes they're just a flat, because this is angled, which is quite useful because you can just kind of bring it at an angle across your face and then you're not going straight, but you can use the straight edged ones as well. Doesn't make a huge amount of difference. So that's just if you maybe want to try it before you buy a proper eyebrow kit. And then what we need to talk about next is how you set your eyebrows. So once you've put on your powder and you've defined them, do you want to leave them natural, or sometimes you like to put something on them just to kind of smooth them across and get everything looking really, really neat. And we have a couple of options here in the price range. This is the one that I love using, and this one is from Gosh, and this is the eyebrow gel. This is the defining brow gel. Really nice, lovely packaging again, as always from Gosh. That's a little brush there, standard mascara brush, and you just kind of put this, and I just generally go up and then across, and that just smooths everything into place and it sets it perfectly. There you go. So yeah, this is a really nice one. This is the one that I generally use, but recently I actually picked up an MUA clear mascara. This is £1, so you literally could pick up a brown eyeshadow from MUA, a clear mascara, and for £2 you've got your eyebrow kit already. So you know, it's not something that has to have a lot of money spent on. So this is the same thing again, it's a mascara brush, and it's just kind of going across, go up, and then I pull them across, straighten them. So this does exactly the same job, and it's £1. So it's kind of what your preference is. I actually have been using this, I've had this a long time, but I think that the £1 MUA mascara is an excellent alternative, and I'm running low on the brow defining gel now, so I'll just continue to use this because it's price effective, as well as just it really does the job. Another thing that you can do to set your eyebrows is use Vaseline. You might already have this. It's a very useful product. I use it on my lips, I use it on my eyes, I use it to put glitter on. I use it for a lot of things really, so it's a very useful little product. This is kind of a little mini travel size type one. It's got a flip lid, which is very useful rather than a lid that comes off, because you're not going to lose that lid, it just flips open. You all know what Vaseline looks like, clear shiny liquid. It's a gel. So I get a little bit on my finger, and then you just do the same. You just smooth it over the brows and make them really neat, and that sets them. And it's not greasy, because you know what you want to do is you don't get a huge lump of it on your finger. You're just basically rubbing your finger across the surface of the Vaseline and then popping it on. And you don't have to get the actual branded Vaseline. You can actually go to chemists, and places like Superdrug and Savers do their own type of little brands or cheaper brands, so that's a really price effective thing as well. And the good thing with that is it's a skin conditioner as well. It moisturizes the area. Sometimes I feel that my skin and my hair and my brows can sometimes be a little bit dry, so that actually keeps that really nicely conditioned as well. So that's it. I think I probably rambled on forever, but I hope what I've been talking about has been helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.